My name is Christine Kennedy Meyer, and I'm the chair of the Manatee County Democratic Party. And it is my honor to welcome you tonight. Welcome to the Manatee County DEC. We are a deep red county on the coast, on the Gulf Coast. Angie is a skilled legislator, a union organizer, a business owner, and someone who will fight hard for the democracy that we deserve. Take it away, Angie.
Hi, Manatee Democrats. How are you all? Hi, I am Florida State Representative Angie Nixon, and it is an honor and a pleasure to be before you all today. I am in Tallahassee right now, in the belly of the beast, the most dangerous 60 days in the state of Florida for legislative session. So, a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida, also known as Duval County. I am a proud union baby. My mother was a member of CWA, having worked for Southern Bell, Bell South, and then AT&T for over 30 years. I am a wife. I am a mother of five. Pause. Yes, I said five. I said five. And I have been a state representative for the past 6 years here in Florida. So I am finishing out my third term. And so I decided that I did not want to come back to Tallahassee because felt like I was being called to do something else. And after I made the decision not to come back to Tallahassee, I just decided to embark on a statewide tour where I had the opportunity this past year to talk to thousands of Floridians all across the state. Some like those in Madison County who are about to lose their only grocery store. I also went down to Miami and I spoke with people like Miss D, who unfortunately just had to have surgery again for the umpteenth time to try and remove her breast cancer that returned. And now she is considering she may possibly have to refinance her home, not for the first time, not for the second time, but for the third time because her her health insurance does not pay for all of her medical expenses. And so after talking to folks all across the state for a number of months, I realized that change can't wait and Floridians can't keep waiting for things to get better someday. And so after speaking with folks and hearing that there are people all across this country that are saying things like they want to make America great again. They want to return us back to the good old days. When the reality of it is that the good old days were never really good enough for all of us. They weren't good enough for Black people. They weren't good enough for women. They were not good enough for workers and children because we had to push to get progressive values in the form of bargaining rights and child workforce protection and things like that. And so, after speaking to thousands of Floridians all across the state, and asking people what they wanted me to do, I decided to run for United States Senate. And the reason I decided to run for United States Senate is because now is the time for us to send unapologetic fighters to Washington, D.C. As I've been telling people, I hope that we do, in fact, take back the House, because when the House votes to impeach, I will definitely vote to remove if I become your next United States Senator. And a little bit about my background. And so, as I stated, I was born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. And my mom, at a very young age, decided that she wanted to send me across town and bus me while I was in elementary school because she didn't want me to go to the same neighborhood schools that my brother went to. Her words were, "I don't want to make the same mistake that I made with your brother for you." And I didn't understand what she meant at the time. But what she meant looking back was that my neighborhood schools didn't have the adequate resources that more affluent sides of town had. And so I wind up going across town, having to wake up at 5 something in the morning to catch a bus around 6 something, and then to be at school around 7:45. And that was a lot on an elementary school student. And I had a favorite cousin, though, by the name of Breon. And my cousin did not get the opportunity to go to a magnet school across town like I did. And my cousin wind up getting into a little trouble, and he got in trouble and wound up getting sent to an alternative school where he learned some alternative things and wound up in the school to prison pipeline. And so after I graduated from college, I remember coming back, and I had just had a daughter. Um, and my cousin, who did not go to college, and who actually, when he learned those alternative things, he got in trouble for things that the kids at my high school got a slap on the wrist for, because I went to Stanton College Prep, which was the #1 school in the nation for academics at the time. And so fast forward, I graduated from college from the University of Florida. Go Gators. I don't know if there are any Gators out there. But I graduated from the University of Florida. And my cousin, who had been in and out of jail, wind up playing some type of gambling game with one of his friends. And he won some money off his friend. And his friend got upset and said, "Hey, give me my money back. I want my money back." And my cousin said, "No." Long story short, the man who was my cousin's friend shot and killed him. And so, as I was giving remarks at my cousin's funeral, I looked out in the audience and looked at my daughter, who was not yet 1. And I looked at my cousin's son, who was 1 at the time, almost 2. And I realized then and there that I didn't want my daughter to lose her favorite cousin the same way that I had lost mine. And so I decided to get involved. And since then, I've been a community organizer for nearly 2 decades. And they banned books here in Tallahassee and the teaching of true American history. And guess what I decided to do? I decided to open up a banned bookstore in Jacksonville, Florida, where we also teach true American history, which encompasses African American history. We also do things like give away free Plan B, offer free health clinics, free mental health workshops. We also offer free tutoring so that we can actually educate people about their circumstance and why they have to depend on us in the first place. It's because of who's in office right now and the fact that they're not looking out for them. And so I am super excited to take my fight to Washington, D.C. I consider myself Ron DeSantis's biggest pain in his rump. After he unconstitutionally drew maps back in 2022, I was one of the ones that led a peaceful protest on the House floor to push back against his unconstitutional maps. When he came to my district, after someone, a racist white man, came from a neighboring county and shot and killed 3 Black people after they were emboldened by the hateful and harmful rhetoric of Ron DeSantis, I stood up next to him and told him that he needed to call that man a racist and call it out for what it was. I have continually fought on the front lines. I look forward to continually fighting on the front lines here in Washington, D.C., but also leading with compassion. And so I am asking for your support so that we can actually build a place, a country where every worker has dignity and every family has stability and every child is afforded the opportunity to get the real American dream. And so I ask for your support.
When you get to the Senate, will you support a bill to stop the kleptocracy from the executive branch?
Oh, of course. And so there's so much that I would vote to push back on. And I think we need to be more aggressive as Democrats in the U.S. Senate. We have operated too long as if the folks in power that are Republicans right now are operating in good faith. They are not operating in good faith. They are not good adversaries. They are passing legislation to harm our communities, to not just harm, but honestly, like to literally kill some folks in our communities. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not even just about Democrat and Republican. Right now, it is honestly about people who are staying in, trying to stay in power so that they can make more money off of us, right? There are so many massive attacks on our Social Security, on the Affordable Care Act, and it is designed that way because these people want our seniors who deserve so much rest to be able to work forever at low wages. My mom, as I stated, was a union member, and she's now a retiree union member, but she had to go back to work twice. She's working again right now because her Social Security doesn't even pay enough for her bills. And no one should have to live that way. It's such a shame that right now people are living to work and they're not working to live. They are literally just living only to work. And we have to change that.
Great. I have a question from the Zoom. Thank you for coming, Angie. If you do not win the primary, can you reclaim or retain your seat in the legislature?
So no, I won't be able to keep my seat in the legislature, and I am going to still continue to organize and do the work. But look, I don't plan on losing the primary or losing the seat come November. And I know there is some questions in regards to electability, right? So I want to be clear. I am the only person in the primary who is a current elected official. I am the only one who has unseated an incumbent. I am the only one who is capable of motivating and galvanizing a base of voters, as well as reaching across the aisle to get more people. I had at my kickoff, I had over 500 people show up, and I even had some white male Republicans that came and stated that they were going to change their party during the primary so they can vote for me and also volunteer. And it's because I'm speaking to issues, and people know that I am a fighter, and I don't just represent Democrats. I represent all of Floridians, and I look forward to representing you all in DC.
All right, great. I've got a question from the room.
Hi, Angie. What are you going to do before the primary in August to, get out there and, I mean, what do you need? What do you need from us?
So what I need from you all is for you all to share all my information, let people know that I am in this race. And there was another community organizer that ran a similar race to me previously, and a lot of people didn't know who he was in the beginning. And his name is we like to call him President Obama. And so I am just I am excited. I invite me to your different events. I'm traveling all across the state right now on the weekends because I am doing the people's business here in Tallahassee. Donate to me. We need a little bit of money to make sure that we can continue to get the word out about who we are. And like I said, I have unseated incumbents. I have been outspent 5-1. And I also, let me tell you, so when I ran the first time and unseated an incumbent, I was pregnant. Like I was pregnant. And when I say I was pregnant, I was pregnant. The primary election was in August, and I had my baby in September. And so that goes to show you that I am willing to work hard and do whatever it takes to get out there and to talk to people and to energize people and to let folks know that they deserve so much more here in this state and in this country.
Great. We have one more question from the Zoom. Angie, what experience/lessons have you learned in the House that will be useful in dealing with Republicans in the Senate?
Yeah, for sure. So I think it's really important to let folks know that though my Republican colleagues will never say this in public, they work with me behind the scenes to make their bad bills a little better for us. I know how to operate in a super minority. Hopefully, after I'm elected, we won't be in the super minority. We will be in the majority in the U.S. Senate. But I know what it takes to have conversations and to organize and to get things moved behind the scenes. I also know what it takes to pass legislation. Now they have taken some of my bills and put it in their own omnibus bills, but nevertheless, it's not about putting my name on bills. It is actually about putting forth good policies that help hardworking people. And so I am excited to let you all know that I've been able to expand access to early childhood education to make sure that we were able to send parents back to work and also able to allow our young people, our young kids to get a good head start before they go into kindergarten. Not only that, it's also important to know that being a good legislator isn't just about legislating and passing bills. I was able to stop price gouging in regards to big corporations in certain communities, hardworking communities and low-income communities that were price gouging people. When I say price gouging, they were charging $3 and $4 and $5 more for certain grocery items, and I was able to stop them by using my organizing skills as well as my power as a state legislator and lawmaker. Oftentimes, many people don't do that. And I want to tell you, I am already doing the business of a U.S. Senator. People call my office and email my office to help them with issues on a federal level because Ashley Moody, Aaron Bean, Rick Scott are not returning their phone calls or their emails. And we are helping veterans get the resources that they need. We are helping people get through the agencies that they need. So I am already doing a job. I just need y'all to help me make it official.
All that you do, keep fighting the good fight.
I
Charles.
sure will. I
Good
sure
luck.
will. Right. So
That's
thank
what-
you.
So,
For sure. For sure.
Thank you. I heard from a little birdie that you might be coming out to our gala in May.
I will be, yes. Like I said, I'm getting around. I'm getting around. Thank you. Please follow me on social media, Angie for
will.
Florida, and visit my website, angienixon.com. Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Thank you.